Thank you very much, Alex. It is going to be a very exciting game. It's me and Sadokist, and it's NiP versus G2. And Matthew,
It's not what it looks like. I'm just keeping my energy levels up, all right?
I was going to say, a little bit
calm
ominous.
Down. You got to keep your energy up between games, something to give you a little bit more. For this one, because it's G2's land debut. This is incredible. I've been waiting a long time. I think they said 2 months they've been practicing. Smith's making a scary coach, apparently, and NiP in a honeymoon stage. This has the ingredients to be an excellent little match.
And we referenced this earlier as well. Last time NiP were here, they came in with a new lineup, right, and they actually won the event. They're doing the same thing here at Starladder again. Could they repeat history twice? What do you think?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was the first tournament with Michael Lilly. That would be something else. I mean, like JW said, like it's always hard to play against NiP in their honeymoon phase. See you in like 2 weeks or whatever he said in the EPL tweet after they beat them online. That would be something. That would be, and not only that, it was G2 they played in the final. Now a very different iteration of G2. It was still Shocks on that team, but not with Kenny, not with NBK. So it's I mean, this is. There's a lot to read into, I think, and I'm excited. I think that this could be a good final even, although that said, you've got Astralis here, you've got Virtus Pro here, you've got Na'Vi who have to wake up at some point, you've got SK. I mean, this is a stacked tournament, just like any tournament with 16 teams is these days.
Well, obviously, G2 have been slow burners overall. We have to say, like, we've only really seen them in Pro League and the qualifier for this event. It's been up and down, but G2 the last few weeks, like, I know you can't put too much weight into online results, but the fact, what I've seen in the individual plays, it looks like it's starting to come together here. There's Get Right, looking happy as ever. To be fair, in Exist interview as well, I'm actually quite happy he pointed it out, that everyone's kind of back in their actual suitable roles now. They're not forcing players like Pitt, obviously not with the team anymore, and Forest to be on the AWPs, even though that's not really their primary sort of role within the team. And it's like it was very forced before then. And now they have Draken, who's actually a very capable helper. But here we go then. It's going to be Inferno G2, their first showing on LAN at NiP, their first showing with Draken as well. It's going to be the CT side for G2. And in terms of the buy for NiP, 4 sets of armor, 1 smoke for Exist, and a flashbang and HE as well. And for a bit of banana control, it's freiburg, but good night, Kenny S. He pits into bed straight away.
Certainly does. That's one way to get things started with this little stack as well. You've got Shocks behind the barrels. That works. Takes down Forest, who's normally good on pistols. And then they've got bodies still to bait in, a third player, but they are losing HP on the first 2. Do they anticipate a third? Doesn't even matter.
What
All
is
3
this,
of them find headshots.
You know there's players up there just going up 1 by 1 now. That's the response.
Your turn. Gladiator.
Yeah, just keep going. Hopefully we'll kill one of them, but that's ridiculous. You've got a flashbang at least. These go together for some refrag there. Draken, we've talked about his decision-making capabilities in the Pro League quite a lot, and he seems to be one of the players who doesn't really think about his actions sometimes. Going up by yourself there when 2 players have just hit 2 stellar headshots, is that really the right play? I'm not so sure. Anyway, it's at a 5-on-2 at this point. They had some significant damage. Apex coming in the back. And Exist does get something rolling here. Apex probably should have got more out of that with the 5-7, but unfortunately, he's going to be punished. So 4-on-2 now, still heavily favors G2, of course. In terms of grenades left, though, Exist has expended all of his utility. And it's just MBK towards top and middle. 3 players on B. Thing is, though, NiP have lost map control. They have no idea as to where G2 could be. Time ticking away. They have to try and check everything they can, but you see that is wasting time at this point. They'll be sticking together. How do they get this bomb? I think at this point, it's getting the bomb down. That's pretty much all they can really hope for. But if they do find the kill on MBK, we've got a chance. That's going to call for the rotations now. MBK will try and go for a frag. Even if he goes down, it's still a 3-on-2.
MBK trying to find that kill. Long pistol round has to be said. Considering how things started, it's comeback level, and it's going to amount to a bomb plant with 6 seconds left inside of the site. So NiP at least get that going for them, but Body's found a second headshot. Down goes Get Right, down goes Exist. All 5 kills, I believe, were headshots.
Yep.
And G2 start off well. Their first LAN round is a win. Nearly an awkward high five.
Nearly, but to be fair to NiP, the fact they get the bomb down there after the way that round started, I think they'll be happy with that overall. That was amazing from G2. The shots they were hitting. Shocks, what in God's name is that? freiburg. Probably didn't think that was a possibility. To be fair, I pointed out quite a lot in that round there. I don't think they had the best reply in that sense. Just going in 1 by 1 and getting their heads blown off by the USPs with no grenades used, not even sticking together, no refrag potential there whatsoever. Very sloppy round from NiP overall. But the bomb did go down. They get the AKs in the third. So still not the worst start in the world. I'm sure that's what they'll be doing into the next round. Didn't get enough kills to really justify a forced buy here, but apparently they're going all in. Matthew, this is interesting. So 4 Tech-9s, a UMP, up against quite a rifle-centric buy from G2 here. 2 Famases and an M4 as well. So with 4 Tech-9s and UMP, NiP have got their work cut out for them. They have a few smokes to go with them, and some flashbangs as well. Draken has the Molotov. But I didn't think this would be coming. They only got 2 kills in the previous round. I didn't think this would justify it, but gotta give it a go.
Get Right as well with the smoke in front. Set with the flashes. Decent amount of utility. Out goes his smoke. That covers off in front of the boiler doorway, which isolates Kenny. He won't be able to see anything. MBK therefore has to back up. Finds one, finds two. Can't quite spray fast enough, or transfer fast enough rather, to get the third, but Kenny S finds him instead inside of the site. Kenny S is very at home inside of the A site. Finds a third kill in Exist, who managed one at least to Apex. So 3 staying up, but 2 rounds to G2.
So Inferno is one of those maps that lends itself to Tech9 kind of based strategies. You can get some early map control if you avoid the nades at the start. Going into positions like Banana, maybe get smokes down towards spawn and towards coffins as well. Maybe you would have a real chance of making something happen there. But unfortunately, they go towards the A side of the map. And MBK, that smokes just idyllic, is it not? He takes down 2 players there. Nothing Freiberg could really do once his teammate went down. MBK doesn't get the third, but he did some significant damage as well. This has to be the full eco from NiP. Disappointing round. MBK brings out the Julies of all weapons. It's normally Get Right that's wielding those weapons, but not today. And Shoxy, he's got the SMG in hand. Will be trying to hunt an extra kill rewards as he pushes down towards T-steps.
Shox is going to look out as well as Exist. Does back off ever so slightly. It's back over toward apartments early on from NiP with pistols. Draken, quick pre-fire down the hallway, not to spot anyone. This will slow things, though, with the smoke out at top mid. Still a forward stance as well from G2.
Well, not really much NiP can do with this round, considering they've only got PT50, sorry, and the Glocks. No nades and Exist down to 31 HP. Just trying to hope that we see a mistake here from G2. That's what they'll be looking for at this point. But Kenny S, he's patrolling towards top of middle. The PT50 won't be winning that duel, I'm afraid. They're still trying it. Exist, he pretty much knew he was there, just hoping he could get something out of it. But the bomb goes down to T-steps. Draken once again, like we said, his decision-making is interesting sometimes. The fact he's got the bomb, it was a redundant round anyway. Like, nothing really going to happen here, but all the same, Forest, the last player remaining. Let's get a little kill there. That's pretty nice. If the headshot take down Shox. I think you got the sugar off your face yet?
I've got it off my face.
Okay.
It's fine. I've got makeup powder on there now.
Perfect. That's how I like it. Nice and pretty.
Well, Apex takes down Forest, close it out 3-0. And the guns will come up from NiP. Don't think they've got enough. I didn't quite catch, but I don't think they've got enough for Draken based on the buys. So they'll start out with rifles. There you go. Yeah, confirmed.
Double orb setup. This is what we saw on online. We discussed this in the previous game as well, which was on Inferno, obviously. I keep calling them envious when I see Kenny S. G2 like to do a double orb setup on this map. It's actually very powerful indeed. It's normally Shox and Kenny S there, both going for kills actively, both changing up the roles. Depending on the spawn as well, they happily go towards Banana. Kenny S will go towards Banana, so will Shoxy. Depends who gets the best spawn. This time it will be Shoxy. And Draken, of course, does not have the orb after the economic battles, and once again he gets taken down. That's quite easy for a player like Shox to hit those sort of opening encounters. Very impressive all the same, but it's Draken there. Put himself in a position where his teammates can't do anything about it in return. We get towards Logs, punished for it, 5-on-4 just like that. And nothing really has to be done at this point for G2. There we go. Yep, we're just getting the sugar off Matt's face and microphone. It's going to be a 4-on-5. Kenny S will be smoked up towards the arch side, but he has got a gap. It's a pretty awful smoke, to be fair. They're not going to be aware of how bad it is, but they do Molotov off towards the trash, but it's okay. It's just about good enough. Maybe that's by design at that point, but we'll see whether they can recalibrate themselves to make their way back towards Banana. In terms of the grenades left, there is enough. 3 smokes and flashbangs to work with here, but they need to have a clean entry to have a chance at this round.
Yeah, right. We'll go with Freiberg to start his way in toward the B site. Defense is set, but is it sure? Op's going to reposition, and as he does, so too with a rifle.
So perfect, right? Because now they've got to wait for another 12, 13 seconds. The smoke's down, time's ticking away. Just have to push through this, I think.
And they relocate with the Op going back toward Emo, and then now over D-Box. They bring the rifle back as well, so they all the way in. Do they anticipate it's going to be over on the left? On the entrance at Oranges 2, absolutely not. This should be a spray down for Body. This should just be a slaughter. He's going to get 1 at least because Shox found the other kill, but I know he's there. Swing out, get right, last alive, 10 seconds. Found bomb was never going to be planted with that many CTs in the site.
That's such great awareness and Body. He only gets 1 kill there, right? But he's just delaying them. He's denying them getting to the site whatsoever. He doesn't want to show his hands straight away. His teammates baiting him in. He's not going down. There's a new boxes there, taking all that aggro away. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Like we said, NiP had to push through those smokes, and Body, he's so good at that. He's probably one of those unsung players within the French scene for how intelligent he is in those sort of scenarios. Just keeps it alive and just fires when he absolutely has to. When he's going to get spotted, finds the frag required, denies the plant going in. Very well done from G2. And I have to say from Draken, this was another poor decision. Like, that's such a vulnerable position to be in. There's no flashes at the top, there's no smokes, no Molotov in the corner, just straight up, jumping up, taken down, and it's another eco, I'm afraid, for NiP. As we go into round number 5, double orb setup. This is getting problematic now. They do get a UMP for Get Right. Body armor around the board as well. Decent flashbangs this time. Shoxy has to fall back up to body. See if he can handle it. He actually can't this time. It's going to be the PD-50 to take him down. And something to work with here for the Swedish side.
Shocks. I think that went through the wickets. Sit back and look for another one walking up the channel, but missing twice. Gives Forrest a chance. Tech 9. Won't miss twice if you've got Kenny on your team.
Good Molotov.
Push him out. Kenny's setting ready for that as well. He misses, but there's Apex. G2 looking very sharp, I have to say, against the NiP early. These pistols, not a mount for my bomb plant is beneficial, though, for the next, as we will maximize the loss round bonus. And this is when I think we'll see the appearance for the first time of Draken's T-side op.
Well, that depends if they want to run it. Like, we had this discussion in the previous game with the Gambit one.
You coach them. You should know.
Well, I coached NiP, that's right. We did discuss it before this tournament, whether it would be a good idea. I said probably not. I said, we'll see what happens. We'll see where the game's leading. If we pick one up, maybe we can consider it there. I don't think it's super viable just yet. I think the double orbs on the CT side is going to be really powerful to shut down, especially against Kenny S. But maybe that's the protocol at this point. Here's Shoxy with some nice little flicks there. That was a lovely shot there on Forrest. The orb does come in. We'll see what they decide to do. Like we said, when we spawn base with G2 as to where they go. Shoxy once again looking to be more aggressive this time. Bracken will be waiting for him. The flash is good, though. Neither player hitting the shot, but Kenny S does find Get Right on the other side with more aggressive play. We said that's going to be prevalent in this one. And it's keep going for those initial picks every single time. And so far, it's working out for them. 5-on-4 once again before anything's really kicked off for NiP.
Molotov thrown towards top of Banana from Draken. Push anyone back that's on the corner behind the smoke, and therefore allow Freiburg to clear out barrels and then the sandbag position. So NiP early in rounds, a little bit earlier than what we're seeing from teams. I reference Astralis just because they seem to have played it more commonly. But willing to contest Banana and try and force the CTs back inside of hiding.
Yeah, well, not looking too well from so far. 1 minute mark. Smoke towards outside coming in here. This was the one that had the gap last time. They allowed Kenny to get a little bit further around the corner, but that one that's a little more well-placed. It's going to be Apex on the arch side this time.
It's actually not a bad position to throw it from. Chad spent, I think, a good amount of time trying to find a smoke that landed exactly there, just around the corner. Smoke off both sides so that it's top mid. Jump out. Forrest and Boilers. Kenny, shotgun op, playing up close, as he loves to do.
Yeah.
Sit behind the smoke because you'd never expect him to do so.
We saw him have this amazing round to close range orb last week, and he's so good at it. One of the few orbers that can consistently deliver with the quick scopes and the no scopes. Here we go, 20 seconds remaining. Has to be an A-sided attack. Kenny will fall back. He does get away with it just about as MBK backs him up.
Just about indeed, down to 14.
They have to fall back at 10 seconds. Where are they going?
Yeah, this is the problem. NiP's left themselves nothing to work with. Wraparound exist already taken down. Apex stays inside the pit. Make a decision. You gonna commit these guns? Are you gonna try and get the site? Kenny's still there. Apex still has pit. Oh, but he's run out of ammo, and Freiburg ducks under. He's able to get Kenny, but 1 second time gone. Freiburg's gonna lose his gun, lose the money, and NiP's gonna lose the round.
Yeah, you could see how disjointed. I think take a pause at this point. We know threats here.
Maybe you should have coached them.
Well, it's still early days, right? But still, these rounds are looking quite sloppy. They're giving away the pick every single time. Right, you're being faced with aggression every single round. Let's just not face them. Let's not hold the angles. Let's flash them off, make them fire their orbs, then we start taking some map control. They're losing every single duel at the start. This must be a pause. I can see Threat talking. We are using the classic rules here. So let's just slow things down, guys. Let's let them you orb at the start, flash them back, go to a slow map control here. And I think they just look a little bit rattled right now. They're a little bit eager to get into the control points of the map. They're not really having to go that fast, in my opinion. But I'm sure that's what Threat's telling them right now. Going into every single round with a 5-on-4 is not ideal. G2 looking very comfortable right now. And that final execution as well, you can see Exist struggling to work out where he's going to go with that situation. Look at this. 10 seconds remaining. The bomb's still deep on the quad side as well. Perfect crossfire from G2, and like not really much he can do here. Kenny did run out of ammo, but still a comfortable round overall. 3 players surviving with the double orb setup picked up as well. Maximum loss bonus, of course, for NiP, but the bomb did not go down. So I'm not sure what kind of buy they bring to the table here. They might have a bit of a residual cash, just go 5 AKs and maybe 1 Tech 9. Or maybe take a partial buy here with the pistols. It's hard to tell as of yet. We're just watching the CT jump around. Okay, so Draken has the AWP still. No, not really much in terms of grenades here. He hasn't really had the best of games so far. And there's only... Okay, I was about to say 1 player. It's a little boost towards the broken wall position as well. Shoxy trying to find the first shot. And once again, Matt, it's a 5-on-4 before the round's even begun. Unbelievable.
Yeah, at the double op, you mentioned it when we were watching the last game with Fnatic playing, that G2 is one of the teams that will elect to run this.
Yeah, and you can't argue with the results, to be fair. If they're hitting all the shots and they're in form and they're feeling confident, then why not? And there's another dink coming in. Forest goes down to 16 HP. This is going from bad to worse. 6-0. Another 5 and 4. One player knocking on the door of death as well.
X slides back to the site. Molotov's off top mid to give him time to get there before they can strike. 52 seconds. Nips needs to act much quicker in the rounds than they have been. Give themselves an actual fighting chance. Of which, losing Forest, they've hardly got one as it is. 3 versus 5, no ground to walk on, no map control. Flash and a smoke. What's the play, Nip? What's it going to be? Draken will at least bait out a shot from Kenny, but he's got to get set. Kenny goes back, legs him.
Here we go.
Fires in the preemptive strike to the flash. That'll force Kenny back into the archers. Get right, needs the entrance, but misses. Round over, round done.
They're so disjointed, aren't they? Where's the backup there? Get right's fully committed. His teammates aren't even around the corner yet. It's pretty difficult to watch right now from NiP. They're looking really poor.
And again there, Freiburg missing some shots. It would have been helpful if they could close that out, because then Kenny maybe goes down at Library, low HP, but they just pick up the kills. Four stay alive.
It's just basic coordination right now that's lacking. The main problem is right now is the fact that they're getting picked off at the start of the round, right? Like that was above a smoke or boost. Maybe you can forgive that one. They thought they were safe, but the fact is, when they lose a pick, they seem to panic a lot right now, and players are trying to make things happen by themselves. And Get right at that point, he jumps out of balcony. If he gets the entry kill, well, we wouldn't be talking about it, right? But it's still such a high-risk maneuver. The fact he goes out, his teammate aren't even ready to go around quad. They're just about getting map control at the top and middle. He jumps up by himself. He goes down. There's no further threat at that point, and then the CTs readjust. Easy round for them once again. That was a force by the AWP, so I think it's still with the maximum loss bonus and no bomb going down. We're going to have a partial buy here, and indeed it is. It's going to be PT50s, Tech 9s. And this aggression once again, Matt. How many times is this going to happen? 5 and 4 again. To be fair, it's not such a big deal in this particular scenario, considering it's a partial buy, but still, it's been consistent throughout the gun rounds. Again, yes, Shocks here finding the first pick. Again, yes, looking for more here, and of course he delivers. Forest does as well.
Yeah, Forest on the Tech 9 certainly does as well. This is their best chance as they try and overwhelm MBK inside of the pit. Draken's able to get past him, evade him long enough to get inside of the site. Bomb still has to make it past the quad side as well, and it's not going to do so. NBK gets 2, and now NiP, it's going to be all Forest. He's got to get an ace. You're looking for an ace to find your first round. You're looking for that level of heroism. Body's going to put him down.
Well, that was the partial buy. But it's starting to get out of control now. And NiP really need to adjust themselves. So the options are right now, they either go super passive, right, and they try and evade the AWP at the start, or you just go to the other end of the spectrum and start rushing. Let's go banana rush in there. The AWP's there at the start of every round. Let's get the nades at the stop there. Let's get the Molotov in, run through, try and get the trades in our favor, get a bomb down. We know they've got an AWP on the other side. That could be something interesting, but excuse me, no cough button. One sec.
It's fine, you're allowed. I will permiss you.
Well,
I grant you the gift of cough.
Kenny S still just facing towards middle, and nothing's really changed for NiP here. They've actually not gone towards banana at all, to be fair. They've gone second mid, trying to have a safer path to some sort of control points on the map, probably focusing towards Pyjamas this time. Get right, you're not walking to Kenny S's crosshair. He does fall back slightly. So this should be a more calmer round of Counter-Strike coming in. Interesting Molotov from the T's there at the top, I have to say.
Smokes Molotov, there it is. Just gonna go out. Oh, that's okay. Smoke outside, other side of the wall. Glitch extinguish inside of the door. Forest is able to capitalize because they bust out Boiler. They read it. They say that's it. That's our opportunity, and it certainly is because Forest, he takes down Apex. He's got 2 kills. Get right manages to trade sufficiently, and finally they get a bomb down. Shocks tries to peek out from Library. Blinded up immediately. Smoke's very weak.
Oh,
now
he knows.
Yep.
He knows.
There's one more in that exact position. Adjusts his crosshair position rather than tries to strafe back out and pre-fire despite the smoke going down, but they'll strike with a flash through body. Back corner, spots it, no trade. He's got the lineup as well to Drake him, but thankfully Exist takes shock so they can't entirely pinch him off. And Body's limited to the back of the site with 22 HP. Nade catches Draken, but he fights back, and it's NiP going 8-1, their first round.
That was better, though, from NiP. You can see the adjustment coming in now. They're focusing on second middle. We were safe to actually get some control on the map there, gets control of the apartments, gets someone towards top of middle as well. And they're going very quickly then, flashing the arch side, sticking together, 2-man unit, trying to shut down Kenny, who might be on the quad side. They get some equal trades for once there. Smoke's deployed, the bomb's down, and a winnable situation finally. I think they managed to keep 3 players alive as well. The money won't be great. They need to win this round. Obviously, G2 money's swelling out of control right now. They get another full buy with double orbs once again, but NiP lose this, another eco, and Shoxy, that's too easy for him, I'm afraid. Where's the flashbang? Why is he not getting anything on towards his direction? And HE, a Molotov in that corner would suffice. Just anything. Not just run into his crosshair.
So GetRight tries to climb back into the same angle after the damage is done. Clears bags.
You can't really quantify that either. Like,
No.
if you spoke to Forrest and said, oh, I thought I could outduel him, but why would you think that? They're hitting absolutely everything right now. And he's holding a very standard angle at that point as well. That's one Molotov in the corner. That problem's gone, and you get some banana control.
Well, that's when you're not thinking tactically, right? I mean, everyone's been in that situation where they're losing a duel and they just say, no, I'll just beat him there this time. I'll beat him there. Well, that's not smart. That's not actually thinking the situation through. Get your teammate to help you.
Yeah, and it's a 5-on-4 once again, the same old problems we had before. And it looks like they're going to flash each other out. 3 players towards the side of the map. It's perfect as well. What an aggressive stance from G2, and it's perfectly coordinated as well. Flash goes over, 2 players going out. Smoke down as well. You're locked out of this side of the map, boys. You better go back towards A, because Draken, you're not going to find anything from this, I'm afraid. 5-on-3. They said this was a must-win round for the Ninjas, and okay, well, Body gives something away. Draken hitting a nice shot there. Let's bring it back to a realistic scenario, but only 30 seconds remaining at this point.
GetRight starts to work his way up from the apartments. If he finds a kill, there's a chance they make it in, but they've got 2 stacked up toward pit. That's going to be so hard for him to enter in from apartments as well. This gets toward Arch. If you get Apex Library, Kenny's already got Drake, and this is going to bomb down. Then I would say if Exist finds that, they go somewhere with it, but they just get shut down one at a time.
That look says it all.
Yeah,
no one's saying anything. No one's talking. No one's communicating right now.
Scratch of the noggin.
But it's like, oh, boys, this is not going well, is it? And the other side, high fives around, looking quite calm. And, yeah, everyone's kind of stepping up. I can't sing a player that's dropped off here on the GT side. They're looking tremendous at the moment. Very good CT side. Tactical Pause comes in once again. Just to point out, Smith's there as a coach as well. We haven't really discussed that as of yet. Obviously, a former player of G2 stepping into more of a coaching role. He's been playing. I remember the first ever tournament he came to in 2006, and he won an AIM tournament at LAN 79. Right, we didn't know who the hell he was, and he was in some team called I can't remember. Web 1, I think it was, and he was like, their team was awful, and we thought, okay, this guy is so bad at playing, the team's awful, but he won this AIM tournament, and then everyone started becoming everyone's radar, and after that, slowly rose up the source scene, and here he is, 10 years later. Not bad.
Not bad. Time flies.
That was a long time ago.
Back in your emo days.
Yep, lots of pictures of that.
Like Lauren's collection. Tag to the feet of Exist. Nade to try and put him down, but he runs, cowers back toward T-spawn wisely. Apex is just going to go into GetRight's Deagle. Gun there if they can grab it, but it'll be babysat by none other than Kenny, who takes down Freiberg for even looking at it. Don't touch that gun. Draken does manage to get it in the end. But another one-sided match to start us off. Fnatic. They started off on the T side going 10-5. G2 this time, CT side. Sure, Duncan said he still fancies it a CT-sided map. I think I agree to that to most, points. I would say it's slightly still CT, but especially in Banana now, I think even with the smoke, the lack of the smoke over from B, it's just so much harder to test from the T side perspective. I think later on it would favor them, but either way, the point I was going to make, to be up 10-1, that's not CT or T-sided. That's just G2 battering NiP.
Yeah, they're just outclassing them right now. NiP have not turned up to play here at all. The team look disjointed, no one individually stepping up. Draken's made some very interesting decisions in terms of the way he's facing angles by himself. He's only hit a couple of AWP shots so far, and this is probably the worst map, I think, in terms of bringing the brand new AWP in, right? On the T side of Inferno is probably the worst way you could kick things off. The money's horrible. There's not really much you can do on the T side with the AWP in terms of like going up against Kenny S, who's got the advantage on all the angles. He's just waiting for you to face. He's going to out-duel Draken every day of the week, I'm afraid. And Apex, it's just getting relentless here, but unfortunately can't land the shot. And GetRight does take him down. So something to work with here. They do manage to get this early advantage, which has been going against him so many times in a row. So this is good, promising at least. Forrest has gone down to 20 HP, but they're together. 5 players towards the second mid position, but Kenny S is waiting for them. You feel like he's going to strike momentarily, but he doesn't have boiler room covered, so he has to fall back.
And he waits to see if anyone will push around the corner. Molotov will ensure that he at least does not have a close angle, and they might be able to do more with mid. This is It's the most obvious new addition to be. Was, I think, spotted very early. That flash that goes over. You can see how little it did to NBK looking forward, though. So it's really only for anyone playing deep mid. Body no caught off. friberg's able to take him down, and maybe there's something in this as they get to the bottom of Banana. Those shocks. Fires back and reads the fact that Draken's inside of mid. What a shot as he looks back toward Exist. It's friberg to put him down in the end, but that is quite swift.
That was godlike from Shoxy, and Kenny S not so much of that up shot. If he'd picked that one up, the round's over, but unfortunately his teammate goes down in return. 2 versus 1 though, they know exactly where Kenny S is, and they have 30 seconds remaining as well. They can go all the way towards B. friberg's holding spawn. This should be a guaranteed round for NiP, and indeed it is. friberg hits the shot there, and that was exciting, wasn't it? Shoxy towards that underpass position. The fact that he legs Exist, he's crossing through the smoke as well, and he still has the awareness to check behind him and takes down the player rotating in. That was kind of nuts. And if Kenny S hits that shot towards middle, like I said, which was pretty easy for him, to be fair, that round was over, but couldn't do it. friberg steps up. Here's a little replay right now. So he hits this shot and then just knows. And I think there's footsteps. I can see on the radar right now, so I can't hear the in-game sounds properly. I think Draken made a lot of footsteps as he's coming forward second mid, so he gave his position away. But still, very exciting round, and going to number 13 here. Orb in the hands of Draken once again, trying to challenge towards Banana. No one there this time. It's actually going to be the single orb setter this time. The money's starting to whittle down slightly for G2. Kenny S, though, on the offense. He's in apartments this time. Quite aggressive, I think, as well. He's watching towards the apartments at the top of the steps. Be quite an advantageous angle. You have to have a teammate to back you up, which they've got NBK there with him. But maybe a Banana execute coming in. Now they finally have a 5-on-5 situation instead of losing that first frag.
Starts to back off and get in behind the barrels. Forrest. Flash over, let his teammates get in position. Got 3 smokes, and not one has been used aside from the one already deployed at CT, which means they can boost above that. It also means there's no one at Coffins. It means Shox has all day to work with. Forrest will at least get 1. This could be salvation from Forrest, but he's the only one doing anything. As the Apex will grab him, it's Get Right left alone. All that utility, and you expect to use it in a post plant when you're not even getting sites to begin with? I think it might be best to try and get those down a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's harsh reset that as well. So after NiP do manage to pull a round back, you can see Smith's looking very happy with this scenario right now. And he's got a little smile on his face. Here's the replay. Shoxy pushing through. It just looks a little bit too easy for him, doesn't it? The flashbang's perfect from his teammate. Such amazing timing on that play as well. The synergy's really coming together with these guys. The first LAN we've seen them on, it's been rough online so far, but like we've always said, you can't really take too much away from that. I even said last week, I think they're getting to at least the semi-finals this tournament. From what we saw last week, like the last few online games they had before this one, I thought it looked amazing. So I'm not surprised this is the scoreline right now. As we get to round number 14. I reckon it's a PT50. I assume they force buy. This was a harsh reset. They need the last 2 rounds, so they have to force buy into this. This is looking like a 13-2.5 in my opinion, but maybe there's a few more twists and turns. We'll see. As they do get something, I was about to say some control. They haven't actually got any map control whatsoever. They're stuck in towards middle. No one in the apartments as of yet. And Body's picked up the first frag with some aggressive play towards Banana.
friberg will go back to grab the scout.
This is not the same story when Makaleli came at this tournament last time, was it? Like they looked hot out of the trap in their first game there. This is looking very quiet indeed.
Straightforward spray down from Apex.
That was a force buy as well. So they get $1,900 into this round. After the force buying, it's down to 0 then. They could have maybe Tech 9s, UMPs, maybe 1 AK. I'm 100% sure. I can't see their cash, but
that's it.
13-2. This is brutal. Like G2 haven't really broken a sweat here. They've had a few rounds slipped away from them. Like down to like it wasn't down to like a sick tactical round from NiP. It was just done. They got a pick from the aggression of G2. Right, they were just relentlessly being aggressive. They get the 1 kill and they capitalize. And here we go. Round number 15 comes in. It's Tech 9s, not even a single rifle SMG. Tech 9s, PT50s, and Deagles. Towards Banana they go. No grenade damage. There's some good news here, but Body's been baited in. Not necessarily, to be fair. He's actually got nothing with him. He's just going to be towards the sandbags. And a lot of footsteps now. He'll probably get 2 or 3 frags here, I'm imagining. Good flashbang. There it is.
Yep. Oh,
don't worry about him.
He's doing so much damage, but running out. If he'd killed the first guy when he thought, he would have had enough bullets left for the second. But comes close. Stricken goes low. Apex says, I'll go clean up the best. Try same problem, and Get Right can't do
Good
anything
Lord.
about it. This is just.
What a mess.
I mean, if you're on IP right now, though, it's even worse, right? Like, I'd rather just die real quick than like this agonizing, like, stop.
Please.
Can't do anything about it.
We're already dead. Well, there it is. G2 run away with it. Like I said, didn't break a sweat there whatsoever. Just completely manhandled NiP. They just looked disjointed. No one's turning up individually. I don't think Draken's really had the chance to show what he can do yet. He got the up a couple of times with Inferno. That's not really going to be a tantalizing prospect whatsoever. Here's some replays of the action. But overall, a bit of a disappointing half, I have to say, for what built itself up to be the game of the day, really. We'll take a quick break and see whether NiP can pull it back on here Inferno.
Well, I'm extremely thrilled that I had my croissant before this game started because, like it or not, NiP is getting force-fed a lot of baguette right now.
They certainly are. Matt, they've just come fresh off a boot camp as well, and you have to say, like, the core fundamentals of Counter-Strike was just not there at all. Flashbang in key positions. Like, let's talk about Banana, right? How many times they give away a free frag there, but just walking up and getting their heads blown off by the AWP every single time. And it was just, we could see it from here. If just one flashbang or a Molotov in the corner would have eradicated all risk, but they didn't want to do it. They were just very stubborn in that sense. And this is better, though. 2 frags coming in from NiP. A bit of aggression from Exist and Draken. They've got the 5-on-3, and Exist finds another. That's the round over at this point. Bodies might take that Exist, but he's fighting back. He's not going down without a fight here. It's going to be a 5-on-1, and Shoxy, the last player remaining. But it might not be over just yet. With a player like him remaining, could be a bit problematic.
Well, not with Forrest there.
Oh, you like that, do you?
I do.
Forrest
I do.
fan?
Yeah, no, that was quite good, I have to say. And that does mean NiP will start off the second half the way that they absolutely, by mandate, must do. So they'll get something potentially to work with. Still going to be a far cry.
Yes, you've got nothing to lose at this point. Might as well go aggro on the pistols. You take the advantage of the long-range factor of the USPs, and it works out for them. Exist steps up a much needed round, but they have to negate the force buy here, which will undoubtedly be coming in. G2 13-3. Tech9s, Deagles, and a couple of flashbangs to work with. Aggressive towards Banana. Nice and fast as well, trying to challenge that position. Grenades might do some damage here. They certainly will. Have to do a ton, but body goes down. And Freiburg to clean things up. The King is back as he finds 3 kills.
Banana. It's all Freiburg. Draken's going to take down Apex. 13-4, very fast round, straightforward. G2 just try and rush in, hope for the best. If it works, great. If not, they've still got a huge lead, so they can sit comfortably for a minute. Save up that cash for the next round with no bomb plants in the first 2. Freiburg, UMP as well. That's big money.
Bad. 4 players surviving as well. 13-4. NiP, still possible at this point. They had to win the pistol and the second round, and it's come in. So this should be the full eco from the front side at this point. So Deagles, not Deagles, PT50s and Glocks. And Draken, he's got that MP9, and we do say he gets himself into a bit of trouble sometimes. He will be falling back at this point. Doesn't get met by shocks towards Romeo, though.
Certainly not. But Freiburg gets a little bit more aggressive down toward Banana. Start to look inside the edge of the smoke to see if anyone pushes out from T stairs as well. Electing to do so, and as soon as they do, of course, it's exactly when he falls back. So timing doesn't favor him. Okay, is the next to make the cross. Bomb plant has to be the objective for G2. Fast push eventually when the time comes.
The only realistic objective at this point. Freiburg, you know, he's got a huge advantage here. Secondary shut down as well. Extinguished by his teammate. There's the coordination.
Yeah.
Going well, boys.
Yeah, Get Right does manage to at least get a kill from it, though. But yes, that's not the coordination they look for. The Molotov, I think, was intended to go slightly deeper. Either way, they get all 5, with all 5 staying alive. Gives them the potential to go for a bonus round, but do you want to risk giving up 14? Is it best to grab the rifles?
The UMP doesn't really count as a bonus round in my opinion.
Sure, okay,
anymore.
fair enough.
I think if they've got an MP9 left over, which they may do, I think get rid of that, definitely. But I don't think this is worth a bonus round. You're not costing any money right now. It's going round by round. If you lose one, that's not going to be worth it. It's not even worth the risk of saving the money. So I think they get rid of the MP9, keep the UMPs, and Draken's got the AWP. So we need this young man to step up now. If ever there was a time to come to life, this would be it. Up against the GT side, without the AWPs on their side, but it's not a huge factor on Inferno. And Draken does step up tremendously there. He gets dinged through the window, actually, by Kenny S and his AK, but he takes him down. That's the headline. So 5-4, giving G2 a taste of their own medicine.
Certainly was. Body's trying to look for the gap in the smoke in case there's a boost from the CT perspective to get more. Freiburg and Get Right have gone passive inside of the site. Freiburg and Get Right at the B-side combo. Knox will grab the bomb, intentionally dropped toward the top of Altman as Apex starts to clear out inside of Boiler and get some map control where they can execute onto the A site. They've got to be careful. NiP because Draken, he's left on 12 HP in that site. Knox is set and ready to execute as well. They've got 4 smokes.
They've got 2 players in the apartments here. They're going to presumably try and split the A bomb site here from quad and the apartments area. Smokes towards the library side as well to take vision away from rotating players. But Draken in a decent position here. Molotov's coming as well. This is looking good for an NiP in this round, but MBK strikes first, and Boss has only got that UMP. He's trying to do what he can. He's backed up by his teammates. It's a bit of a brawl, but MBK stepping up to bring it into a 2-on-2.
Decent position for MBK. Gets Forrest down. 2 versus 2, as you mentioned. And bomb gets planted. So the smokes work to get them inside of the site. It's now all to do for NiP. As the smoke goes out from NBK. It's got a massive gap. It seems like everyone's throwing those in a lackluster fashion today. Freiburg peeks out, gets the information. NBK's set and ready now with the AK. If he backs off, though, more time and attention that he buys, the better it is for Exist, who starts to work at 31 HP for NBK. Good shot from Freiburg, but it's all into Shocks. 100 HP in the corner. Can isolate Freiburg. Exist coming from apartments. Won't have the angle, but Freiburg does get the headshot. And NiP will get yet another round, 4 in a row. Good start to half 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice work from Freiburg there as well. Good awareness. He knows how to play it in that pit position as well, which is so scary to challenge. He throws the incendiary there. MBK low HP has to move away as soon as he sees it coming in. Freiburg's aware of that, gets that first kill, and he's up against Shoxy in the 2 versus 1. A very scary prospect indeed, but they step up, and Freiburg saves the day. After MBK jumping out of the apartments there after losing that first pick, he thought the round was going to slip out of NiP's grasp, but they're holding on now. This is getting more promising. 13-6. And round by round, it's a partial buy from G2 at this point. Tech-9s and a UMP from MBK. Problem is they are very, very good with these pistols, and we'll see whether they can find the opening kill. Draken will be smoked out at the start of the round. Didn't see much of that from NiP, I have to say. They're losing most of their jewels. That's the way you should do it. Smoke off like that. Flashing, push the AWP back, and there's the same smoke from Apex. I'll go towards Library. Quite a cool way to throw it, isn't it? The fact you can get that all the way over there in that position, it means when you come out of the apartments, the AWP is eradicated from Arch. That's actually quite a cool idea.
Smoke goes down. nails it in between the hay bales. The apartment players jumped a lot deeper inside of pit. Spring down by assist. MBK gets a trade, and Kenny's in. The smokes work. Apex gets Drake in. That's insanity that they've just easily walked in. It's an op as well against a Tech 9. And they'll grab that. Bomb site is gone indeed. They'll plant, and they'll cover with a 2-man advantage. NiP, these are the rounds you can't afford to lose. That's just so swift from G2 to walk in with such confidence.
That's
precision
as well.
But NiP just missing a few key shots.
Yeah, that smoke towards library, that's so cool. The fact you can just take away so much potential risk factor there, it's very beneficial smoke. I'm sure we'll see a lot more teams start to use that. It's really nice. But get right now in the 3 versus 1, pretty much impossible round at this point. He rotates all the way in, but he's going to have to submit at this point. This was the Tech 9 buy from G2, some armor, Tech 9, some smoke, some flashbangs, that's all it takes. Draken though, missing. I didn't see it from his POV. I wouldn't say easy shot, but it looked like a pretty standard one for him, holding the corner just outside the smoke there. Apex out-dueling him with the Tech 9. Really be happening, but still, we have a pause coming in. There's a angle in the flower pot there. I'm sure it's a tactical at this stage. Half. Pause for NiP indeed. Orbs out for G2. It's on the back of Kenyash right now. I can't tell you the money, but I'm sure NiP are fine after winning so many rounds at the start. A few close rounds here or there, but they should have a decent buy.
It's tough, though. I mean, at the point when they go to 13 rounds, no matter what, every round hurts. So getting to 14, it's just that much easier for G2 to close this, especially like that as well. Does that not kill momentum? Does that not get under your skin? Tactical timeout's probably perfectly timed to calm them down again as well, and Threat should be the right man for the job. Or HenryG, their backup coach. He's occasionally decent in these things.
Occasionally. So yeah, the buy's okay. So you can see they got the AWP on Draken once again. He just down to the UMP. He's opted to have more utility into this round. Maybe he dropped a weapon. As we get into round 21 here. G2 1 round away from map and indeed match point. Plays towards Banana. Draken's aggressive.
And look at Shocks.
He's aware, isn't he?
The problem is I don't think Draken is. So he's going to anticipate close. Shocks is going to peek 2 players.
Yeah,
they know. Oh, and he
tries.
That is well done.
Yeah, they
heard
know.
him running down the stairs, surely.
Yeah, I think they did. And Shogsy, that's the coordination we're looking for from the top team, right? You know the player's there. You're not taking the risk by yourself, like we saw Draken doing in the first half. Like he gets the awareness someone's there, and he just takes the duel straight away. Shogsy's waiting, guaranteeing the round. Even if he doesn't win the duel, his team is going to get the refrag there. That's even better. They step together, give him 2 targets. He shoots in between both of them. And it's going to be a 5-on-4 like that. And it's a big scalp to take there. Orpa goes down. They're taking a bit of a gamble here. Look on the top left right now. The CTs are rotating over towards the B site. That's going to be Get Right by Exist as well, leaving poor old Forest by himself with no nades and no kit on the A site. I think they're going to fake this as well, you know. I think they'll use the smokes on this side of the map. They'll go back. They will indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Forest and no nades.
Yeah, they're reading NiP so well right now. So, Forest, let's see what you've got. I think he's been the MVP, if you have one, if you want to call one, for NiP in this game.
Yeah, 2 apartments as well. He can't hold this off. He'll get 1 kill of that.
He's going to be very tested in this. And here they go. Forest trying to dance around it, trying to find an angle that works. Drop in, spots one, but has to be, there it is. Careful, because Shocks is already approaching on his right. Needed to be immediate with his first kill if he had any chance to fight off against Shocks. And although Get Right manages Apex, Pit's covered. Taken down, bomb planted, and a save from NiP. It's going to go to map point G2 very quick. 15-6. We've got one more map coming up, but this has been a very fast game, I have to say.
Indeed it has. We have Navi up next, and that could be a quick one as well. It's the unknown team coming in. I guess if you want to call them anything, the underdogs of the tournament. Navi up against, but this one's not done quite yet. NiP now required 9 rounds in a row. The money will be a pretty horrible stance. They're going to be getting in this corner. For anyone who's not aware, you can stand almost next to the bomb here and survive absolutely fine. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Most maps, if you stood that close to it, you'd be taken down today. You'd be done for that. Inferno doesn't seem to mind. Maybe they bring a smaller bomb on this map.
A smaller bomb?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I think it's just the bomb is the same size, Henry. It's just decided by the game devs.
Oh, right. I was just trying to be...
I didn't know if that made any sense to you, you know.
No, it makes sense. Why would they do that in Inferno and nothing else?
I'm just, you know, that's my point.
Yeah.
It's Gaben.
Did he decided that specifically?
He's God.
Yeah, he said, you know what, that Inferno map, I'd love it if you could survive it.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Well, a desperate last round for potential last round, I should say. 3 UMPs and 4 DZ here. Did you predict NiP to win this one?
Would you stop it?
Just last one.
You're going to beat me by 3 today. It's fine.
Beautiful.
I'll get you back tomorrow. I get first choice today.
And we'll see what happens. Anyway, so DZ for Get Right. 3 UMPs. An interesting setup here around the quad. The flower pot boost. One on the quad and one on the corner as well. I'm not sure it's going to work out for them, but maybe enough targets could cause enough pandemonium for something to come in their favor.
Decent pick for Kenny, followed up by MBK, but they've lost 2. Exist has been the one to find them, but he's gone. Forest.
So.
But MBK getting down him means 2v2. Bomb plant again, and you could be right. That might be it. They're going to try and go fast. Get Right this time. Instead goes to top mid. AK grab, but Molotov off. He's got to buy space. Goes to the op instead to fire through the flames. Second Molotov and a tick. Yeah, and a tick. All right, you want to throw fire? I'll throw fire.
Oh, I don't want
There's
to
not enough. Oh, what? They try and push through his to catch off? I have no idea what MBK's thinking. I think at that point, they're all just having a laugh. You having a giggle? And, whoa, how does that miss? Did he just chop off one testicle with that bullet and leave him alive? Because that was about as close to hitting as you could possibly be. It means now that there's a chance in this, really, for Freiburg as he baits out. Nope. But Shonks, yeah, he's done well. That's a good game. Certainly, as he confirms it, 16-6, NiP will take down G2. The team that everyone said was the hardest or best in the world during practice. Whoa. Now they're showing it, and all right.
Oh my God, they've got secret handshakes, all of them.
Hang on. All right, we've got a desk and a break, and I'll eat another croissant, and we will come up with one of our own, Henry. What a stylish team. That's a stylish game, though. That was convincing. That's got me excited about this roster, because up until now, I haven't been.
I haven't been excited. Well, I have to say, I'm not excited about what NiP have just brought to the table there. We went into this tournament last time. They've had a few good maps to get things off for. Yeah, they could actually cause some damage in this tournament. I don't think they've been causing damage in this group from what I've seen so far. That was poor approach to CS overall. Inferno just looked like they were lost, and the T side especially. They brought things back slightly on the CD side, sure, but there's the very basics of Counter-Strike weren't there for them on the T side. It's going to be 16-6 to close things out. A battering there, 13-2 in the first half. G2, they're going to turn up this tournament out. I've been saying it all along, and I really do feel that they're going to continue this form going forward.
Well, speaking of form, there's a lovely figure behind the desk. His name is Alex.